Yes, we do. We do. We have,
Okay, I am ready if you are.
very good.
Recording in progress.
So we have now the presentation. Ivo Boras, with Dr. Angelo Camerlenghi, Alice Appartati, and Marius Ilea. We have here Angelo. I don't think that Alice is, I think is online or not. Let me see.
I don't see her either.
Okay, we will see. Okay, so please, you may start.
Good evening. As Munir also mentioned, I have two supervisors from both OGS and University of Trieste, Dr. Angelo Camerlenghi and Alice Affadati. And I also, although my type of the project does not require, I welcome Dr. Marios Ioannou Ilia, who is the composer and the artistic director of the idea. First of all, I want to apologize because I couldn't be there with you. We have a very bad event happening these days in our waters. Strandings of Cuvier's big whale is an issue that my project examines the noise pollution and the use that we make, because according to my analysis, this situation is because of military use of geophysical tools by Russia. I've got all the NAVTEX. First of all, this is the presentation of the written document, and it follows generally the structure of the written proposal. Our goal is to make music from sounds, from ocean sounds, which I will explain later. Music has a special relation with humanity. Excavations revealed that before our species, other humanoid species also made use of music. And the association with the marine environment is that sound travels faster and has many other physical properties that make it feasible as a useful tool in research. It was found early in 20th century, as Angelo mentioned in his one of his presentations. From the same paper of Dr. Camerlenghi, I present here the scapes, the soundscapes that also interact with our idea. And we basically, I skip some details. To form this idea, we split ocean sounds and we consider them as extra musical elements, which fall in three categories. It's the natural sounds, which I call, and mainly biological sounds and geological sounds, but most importantly, we have anthropogenic sounds, which we name them respectively biophony and geophony, anthrophony, and we insert another element, which is sounds from indigenous communities around the world. So in this concept of ocean soundscapes, in order to transfer it into music and the composer's work, we use the terms biophony, geophony, to determine the different soundscapes that compose ocean soundscapes in our view. And of course, we have already altered the acoustic environment of the oceans. So this, our interpretation of ocean sounds inserts into the concept of polymediality, which refers to music composition, as a component in the already two dimensions of polymediality, which was the use of music extraneous elements among with classic music practices in a context during presentations of polyaesthetics, inserting our soundscapes as music extraneous elements. Marios is recording on the field. This work dominates his work since his early years, and a classic, one of his first works, mainly 10 years ago or more, was the Otto Symphonic in Germany, an orchestra of cars, just to. Our contribution as ocean science community, we name it polyscience in order to be compatible with the polymediality concept. And I use this classic image of the EU strategy on blue economy, which contains all the established and the emerging sectors of blue economy, to highlight our sources of music, of recordings on the field. We work in a transdisciplinary environment. I will not define the differences. Multi and interdisciplinary is used in ocean sciences so as to bring together different capacities of technical capacities of people, engineering, science, technology. So this is interdisciplinary in order to approach current challenges that ocean obviously faces. So we transfer all this information from ocean sciences in a transdisciplinary environment where we have cooperation between academics, research, industry, and non-academic elements, not strictly non-academic, because Marios is qualified in research and he is a researcher, but to show the influence of social science, of culture, and especially music. This is a picture that is used from a paper to show the range of the blue economy, of polyscience, as we name it. And we use the tool that Elisabetta described earlier, very nice, of science diplomacy, so as to achieve our communication, lobbying, and networking goals. All these are interconnected, and this framework of science diplomacy is something that will be dominant. It's very important. We have many issues, but mainly it's the three dimensions that we put in the polymediality concept. We have a vision, we have a strategy, and we want to describe the ocean soundscapes in a way understandable to people, because our goal is to change humanity's relationship with the ocean. I will go very fast. This is how I consider the implementation of the project. We have the elements of ocean science, of indigenous communities, the conception that the sound of ocean is a conception of Marios' work. We want to contribute to the achievement of the Agenda 2030, to the goals of the Ocean Decade. And this is the innovation that we want to make is that we believe that it's achievable to engage people using music into a sustainable way of thinking regarding the oceans, therefore our existence on the planet. It's being in the highlight in the news the last few weeks. We have the use of artificial intelligence in everything. These are some pictures with basic keywords, but the most important, I put it as an appendix just to show the capabilities of artificial intelligence to write documents, okay? And for everyone that wishes to read this piece or the written document, I can make it available. This document, which is written by an algorithm, makes sense to my view. This is a brief description of how different elements are incorporated into our concept and how we will capitalize all these findings and the achievements in order to transfer those messages. I will not read it. Again, it's available. There are many opportunities, and it opens a new channel in science communication and science diplomacy, but there are also serious restrictions. I will not go through. Our approach is innovative. It falls under the Challenge 10 of the UN Ocean Decade. It acknowledges music and requires huge effort in coordination and management in the approach of how to make this a reality. But most importantly, we want to engage people. So I assume this as a bottom-up effort that will directly affect all of us, because hearing is an important element also in the evolution of life on Earth. Remember, sounds exist before maybe the planet. Our effort, if we achieve our goals, we will have impact on the full spectrum of society, of science and economy. We can, this is an endless discussion. We need to focus on different areas. This is how I describe the implementation in the written document. This is a typical picture that was published yesterday in order to show the connections and how we put it in our mind. Sound in the marine environment is everywhere. The opportunities are endless to record sounds autonomously on the field, on the research ships, on the indigenous communities, and according to the requirements of each chapter. A chapter will be a multipliable, a replicable concept that is applied regionally in a place like topos, as Marios defines it, but also technical issues. So it could be the sound of Trieste, as I will show in a while, and many sounds of biodiversity, for example, or the sound of Cyprus or the Mediterranean, or all these chapters will then be used to make the symphony, which we envision to be presented like a flagship cultural global event towards the end of the decade. The contributions were significant. There's a lot of bibliography, but I want to mention the Starfish mission of OGS and the contributions made by Angelo and Munir in that volume. I used their publication. Obviously, I want to thank everybody, the committee of the master, OGS, and the university, the directors, my supervisors. Thank you, Angelo and Alice, and of course, Marios. I will not say too many for him. His work speaks. And my class, this is the last slide. I'm already late. Sorry, I cannot go back. It was a collage of pictures. I will put it later. Thank you very much. Ευχαριστώ. And I'm looking forward for your comments.
We have seen through your presentation there's a lot of interaction with Professor Angelo Canalenghi, with whom I did explore